So back in 2013, I was searching everywhere for the law of attraction, and I was, when I was begin to aware that we're not just a physical body, but we're a divine being. Now, most people say spiritual, but I say divine, truly divine, if you understand Egyptian, ancient, advanced consciousness. So I was rereading the Alchemist, right? Truly amazing. At first I didn't understand it. Now I truly understand. It's like, you'd be like, how can you not understand? Well, there's more to understand, right? So when you discover the law of attraction, when I discovered, I was like everywhere on videos for either Abraham Hicks, The Secret, Bob Proctor, John Assaraf, every teacher that talked about the law of attraction. I would go through Michael Lozier, everything that I could think of, and I was watching, Rhonda Byrne videos and Oprah Winfrey, blah 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 stuff, and then Will Smith making the most sense. I love Will Smith. Will Smith talked about the law of attraction, and he recommended this book, The Alchemist. Now, when I reread The Alchemist, he talked about when you go on your journey, or your dream, or your entrepreneurial journey, or whatever that is, you're going to suffer more than most people. Why? Because most people will not follow their heart. It's scary and it's painful. You have to meet a lot of obstacles, and when you go through a job, it's safe and you're there and you don't have to do much, and you obey the system. But once you go on your path, you don't have anybody you listen to yourself, and you go on this path and you discover something, and he called it the personal legend. He met this young boy, he met this king, or he went to this gypsy, and because he having a dream or a vision, and then after that he met this king who gave him this rock. And he's like, anytime you want to understand something like an omen, or you could call it signs or whatever, to help you understand where to go next, or you could say your intuition, once he discovered that. So as he go along this journey, he start to find out that where his heart, his intuition is taking him. So this book talk about, one, there is a soul of the universe, the soul of the world, right? And once you go through it, everything that you go through, the universe help you or conspire you through the people that you meet along the way. And that's kind of very true in real life. If you have an intention that's powerful, you go through it, even though you're going to suffer more than people, but it helped you find fulfillment, the answer that you're going to seek, and it make you more happier, even though it make you suffer. Terrible, right? You're going to suffer because of it. Okay, and then finally you found the answer that you're looking for. Now he met a girl that he loved, and she let him go to find his personal legend. This book talk about that the universe, when you go through this legend, you're going to discover something that most people have not found out yet. Now, when Oprah and anybody who tell you, or Elliot Holtz, he used to say, you're going home to yourself. Like everything that happened in your life, you're going home to yourself. That is true. Very, very true. Home meaning your own beating heart. When people say follow your heart, it will take you, like Elliot Holtz said, it will take you in a very crazy adventure. But you're going to be very happy. Like when I go on this adventure, yes, it's difficult, but I am happy because I finally found, well, not yet, but I finally found the answer that I've been looking for my whole life. It's fun, dangerous, but scary, and you're afraid at times, right? And it's fun more than what you think it is. Now, and then it coming back to the most people every book that I ever read will talk about the heart, right? The heart has intelligence, and it's coming back to here. And it also, the universe brings you people to heal your wounds, your not physical wound, but your emotional wounds, and to help you to elevate this level of consciousness that you never felt before. So, like, you think that you're about to awaken, and you think you know, nah, the universe, like, you don't know, and it shattered everything. From your paradigm to what you think, what a relationship you think it looked like, what you think the physical reality looked like. It shattered the notion. And then as you follow this, you begin to see for what it is, right? And that's what I see, right? That we're not just here to live a life of what society or what people have been told. We're here to live out our truest, highest self. We're here when we live our true highest self. We understand for what it is. We're here to serve. We're here to not only to serve other people, but to serve our highest good. And it often brings you the experience that you need to experience what you need it to be. But it requires you to be patient, and it requires you to go on this path. Whichever way you go, you will come to conclusion that you're going, even there's many paths for many different people, you're coming back home to understanding more of yourself. I feel like it's so. And as you go towards this journey, and then he talk about your if he keep going, his heart will suffer, right? And then and if you don't, it's like this, right? You damn if you do, damn if you don't. Like, damn you do, there will be consequences that you have to deal with on the line, but you're living your truth out, because that is your truth and you're living it out, and it might not work out, it might work out. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. So you're taking a risk. So basically, when you follow your heart, you're taking actually a risk to the unknown world, but also it's a piece of treasure that you take. Like, once you go on this journey, you realize something, right? That you can offer to the world something of greater value. And that's the gift of awareness, the gift of sense of like, hey, like what you're going through, it may be dark at times, but you're going to get through it, because I went through more horrendous, horrible things than most people. I can take you into the light, but we have to understand more ourself and our divine things. And then there's things that will activate within you that you never knew that it could be activated, because I was like, so go on your personal legend, find the alchemist in you, and you're here to like whatever that is, whatever people talk about. You know, when people talk about writing a list or goal, technically what they're talking about, they're in their hearts of heart, they're longing for something, but they cannot explain it. For me, it's my truest, highest self, or what I truly deepest want, is also probably what the universe wants for its fulfillment, or to fulfill a divine something consciousness. Because whatever I find, whatever I go through, whatever happens, it helps to raise the level of consciousness and vibration, whatever that is. I felt that as I go on this journey, that I discover something, then I put out to the world, so the world can evolve for what it truly is, not what we've been told, what we aren't. We're not powerless as I used to think. We're way more than what we could think. Now, most people don't believe in it. I believe, like in the book Supernatural by Joseph Dispenza, and you know, there's a book called The Maximum Achievement by Brian Tracy, and there's an ancient book no, there's an Egyptian book called A to Z, and I was on this reading thing and studying what it truly is. And in all the Greek mythology, talk about the heart. It talk about, and in the Egyptian talk about the heart, where the heart opens up to a whole new level that we don't quite understand, and that's the heart is a connection to this universe called, this universe, a connection to God, right? The heart, it's where it's at, right? It is where, when whatever we either get, sad, pissed, or something, but we all come back to the original state of loving beings or loving people, right? And that is what we truly are. Like, and then you go around in a circle and you finally understand, oh, is this what it is? And then you start to wake up. It's time to go through whatever you go through. Like, now most people understand that the pain that they went through, the darkness they went through, they can help a lot of people. But because sometimes when we don't want to do it anymore, when a lot of people go get heated because they offend people or something, I don't know, when they put out their content, or it's helping people to become aware more about themselves. When they say they're coming home to themselves or their true self, they will understand. Your true self is you're discovering your own heart, your own divine being. And that's why I want to say that is the treasure. That's truly a unique treasure to give to the world. Once you discover it, I don't know if you want to go back anymore, that you don't want to go back to the place where you don't know. It's hard to go back to where you once look at the world in a very physical world, and now you look at like a very unique place that we live in, and that, hey, it's a ride, and you're happy because you get to see the world for what it is. It's very beautiful. Darkness, people see it's ugly and you have to deal with it, but then once you go out of the darkness, there's beauty and truth, and then you can share the beauty.